This eye look right here, I had to recreate it. 1,000 out of 10. All right, let's do this. We're gonna need two different bases. I know it's kind of excessive, but we need one that's gonna pop the turquoise minty shade, and that is gonna be white. My face is a canvas. And then I'm gonna take it to about right here. There we go. Then I'm gonna wipe off my brush, which I don't need to wipe too much off. I'll just let this run so you can see what's going on. You know what? We need to put some on the brow bone too, because the brow bone looks like it has a little bit of pink, and to get that pink to pop, we're gonna need it on the brow. So let's finish this first. I have Sheila, wipe it off. And then we're gonna grab this shade. You're wondering why we didn't just use white. I need a little bit of depth for the more burgundy, deep red brown. I know that was a lot. But I need something a little bit closer to my skin tone where we're gonna place that. Because if I try to put that depth on top of white, it could be a little bit extra work. I know that we could do it. We can do it. But if we're not getting the product just right on the brush, we could have patchiness. So this one that's closer to my skin tone just gives us a little bit more of an easy blend. This palette has pretty much everything that I'm gonna need. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, yum, and delicious. I'm so excited. These colors are right up my makeup alley. So I actually wanna mix this one and just a whisper of this. I'm using a small brush because I really wanna keep control, and I really wanna pack it in here. This is really satisfying. Ooh, that's nice and smooth. I'm just gonna keep building. I'm actually just gonna now focus mostly on this color. Pack, pack, pack. Now I have to switch to an E28, which is gonna be a nice flat blender. And I'm gonna take that same shade, I'm gonna start by pressing it here, and then we're gonna start to transition. I'm gonna let this run so you can see. Do you see how I'm holding the brush? And it's on its side. And just by doing this, we get a whole nother color out of the shade that we have on. And we get such a beautiful transition. And we'll transition into our pink in just a second. Now before I start my final blend, I need to take a little bit of this shade on an E28, and this goes over through here, and that white base should cool it down a little bit so it'll kind of match that kind of contoury shade that's going on through here. And then we'll work on our final blend in just a second. Time for this pink. And I'm using the E28 so I can just lay it down really nice and flat. Melt it into our transitions. And then we're almost to the really fun part, which is just painting on all of that minty, bright turquoise situation. Actually, to adjust for my skin tone, I feel like it needs a hair more warmth. So I'm gonna take this kind of warm mustardy shade and just lightly push that into the transition. I'm using an E29, it's the fluffiest, so it's gonna pick up the smallest amount. That way I can just push this through a little bit, not build too much. Now we're almost to the fun part. Now let's build up our white base where we're going to place our bright color, C31. And it does look like it's not fully carved, but there's some definition right through here. Let's start with the darker shade, and let's start packing that on here. I'm just gonna keep grabbing it, packing that on. Ooh, look at that already. I feel like this is a really good look for us to understand how to shift colors. So like I mentioned, it's more of a minty turquoise, so let's add a little bit of that in there. And it's always great to start with whispers of color. That way we can shift and mix and take them where we want to take them. And it kind of helps you understand what colors we need. There you go. That's so perfect. And then if it starts to get a little too green, you just hop back over here and just keep mixing. 𝗕𝗘𝗧𝗬𝗧 loose pigment. Look how pretty that is. Birdsong. And then we're also using their mixing medium. And then I have some of Birdsong right here. So I'm gonna paint this on a little bit. I'm just gonna pop it right here. Then I'm gonna take some dry, and before that mixing, you can feel that the mixing medium's dry. I'm gonna tap it on to make it even more fluffy and intense. Whee. Time to tidy E29 with some micellar water. And as I get closer to the shadow, I want my bristles to be a little bit more dry, so I'm just gonna wipe it on Sheila. Melt here. And then melt over here, tidy all that up. Time for liner. Y'all know I never miss an opportunity to do black gel liner. This one's from Melt Cosmetics, and this is an E26, which will be back very soon. Now where our eye separates, see right here? We gotta get in there and we gotta tidy that up so our liner has a place to go. Sheila, where are you? Okay. Oh, I took more of the 𝗕𝗘𝗧𝗬𝗧 pigment and just put it right in the center of the liner. That's fun. Okay, white liner now. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a white liner, the doggy's snoring, and I'm gonna bring it all the way out here. I feel like I should have this color somewhere that we're about to make, but I don't. What's happening? I have a whisper of micellar water on this just so it doesn't puff into my eye. And I'm gonna mix these two shades. And I should have done this when I was putting that on, but I'm a little wild. So I'm gonna start to tap that onto my waterline. I need more of the brighter color. And again, we are just gonna mimic what's going on. Perfect. And if we hustle, that white liner is still gonna be damp. So it's just going to grab this. We have fun. Extend our inner corner here. And the one tip I can give you is, I know some of us are very, very ticklish there. So you could even do 2 points of contact where you just touch somewhere else and start to draw. I feel like this is a very ticklish spot on a lot of us. And then another thing is, whenever I'm trying to elongate that inner corner here, I don't just look in one spot the entire time. I'll turn this way, I'll look straight ahead, I'll just turn all different ways. And it really helps me really find where I'm wanting to go. And it helps me fill in all of the little gaps. Pink Puree lashes in 𝗕𝗘𝗧𝗬𝗓. I like how spiky these are. And I already have my Duo Line It Lash It on. That way it just grabs and I can adjust as needed. I really like this foundation, but you have to like matte. Okay, it's a true matte foundation, but it's not heavy. It just goes on really, really beautifully. I'm gonna start with 2 pumps. And I know you're thinking peanut butter, but anytime we have a long wear, anytime we have something matte, anything that has it's gonna have a dry time. So this is gonna start off very, very spooky, and it does dry down really, really nicely. I see it too. Also, you're gonna see major contrast from the eye. It's actually gonna pull this a little green. But I think we just did a video on that, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, we're all wrong. I was like, you know what? I am gonna have to correct this. This is completely my fault because this is the wrong shade. But now we're learning. This one's way too dark for me. This is shade Sand, and I'm looking for my foundation that is mine, that does match. Let me find it. There we go. That's where I should be. But I grabbed Sand. Sand I could wear in the summer, but we're gonna get it. We're gonna work through this. I do feel like I just gaslit some of you, and I do apologize. We know that I'm not like that. So we'll take some blue. It's a very light blue as well, so it's gonna lighten it. Let's see where this takes us. Okay. Still a little too dark. We'll just add a little bit more, but much better. All right, I just added some more. There we go. Much better. Perfect, actually. Crisis averted. I could do a little bit more correcting with the tone, but I think once we get our concealer and all of our frosting on, frosting being blush and bronzer, we should be pretty good. Okay, let's do that, but I do want to use this to really do a bright under eye, but we got to get our balance because R5 is very close to my skin tone. I'm looking for my brush here. So this has to go on before we brighten. So this is basically face paint, but don't let that scare you because it does an incredible job of layering on top of makeup because it is so pigmented. So we wind up using a lot less. I use Soft Peach and I just grab a whisper on my brush here and I like to brighten. Look at that. It's so good. Anytime you have pro products, and I'm gonna take it about right there. Stopping right here. Because on me, this might not be on you, but right now where I'm at in my life, I don't like to take my brightening too far over because of my eye is starting to sink in a little bit, so I can still get away with a heavy brightening effect right through here. I will find any excuse to use this, but I feel like it's gonna be really nice with this look and kind of reminds me of what's going on. This might be a little bit more red, but I'm gonna go with it because I love it so much. And I'm doing this before I set my under eye because I'm gonna get a little bit more movement out of that liner and I can actually set the liner in just a second. I want to use this Dior blush. I just feel like it's so blurring. And I do feel that the blush is out this way. Oh yeah, it's gonna be nice. What shade is this one? 05 Lily. That's nice. And then I need a C41. I'm using my mirror. I'm shooting directly with the back camera. I'm not shooting into a mirror, but my mirror is about a Subway sandwich and a half away. That's something I like to say. I don't dork. But I really am far away from a mirror. So that's also why I didn't realize the foundation was so dark at first. So do have some grace for me. I'm very, very far away from a mirror. Oh, that looks so good. Why am I holding the brush so far up? It's chaos today. I'm gonna use this bronzer because it's closest to me right now. C40.5. And just go right in on that wet foundation. Don't be scared. Especially not if you have one of our brushes. This fiber just, one of my favorite techniques was doing this, and that's why I went with this fiber. It's our own unique blend, by the way. Nobody else has this fiber. Givenchy pressed. It's time to blur everything together. Oh, and by the way, I love the way that Dior blush interacts with this powder. It just looks so blurred. Delightful. Okay, I go pretty heavy in the center and on top of the blush, but I don't want to go too heavy on the bronzer because that's going to turn it gray. So I would switch to, I'll just use my C41, just a whisper, and then that's how I'm going to go over the bronzer. So Kaleidos has these new lip liners, and this is my first time trying it. This is shade Hickory. I like it. I like it. It's going to be a wood clinch. So these are actually much easier to sharpen. I'm not sure this is a super long wear formula. A lot of times the wood clinch doesn't mean like, oh, like the Maybelline lifter liners. You know how those are in that plastic? I feel like that plastic holds that long wear formula. That's not a bash on these. I'm just kind of telling you a little bit about them. I love a classic lip liner like this. Nice and creamy. I like it. I look for any excuse to use this. Let's put some of this on. Why not? I love my MAC lip berry so much. Then I'm gonna top this with a milky gloss. This is a true gloss, y'all. Oh yeah. That's good stuff. All right, my friends, this is our finished look. Stella, you're incredible. I feel like you are one of my new makeup artist crushes. So make sure that you're following Stella, everyone. She's incredible. And thank you for being here with me. I love you all so much. And until the next video, bye for now.